Guys, just a quick update, right quick on LSU football. The state of the football team and the head coaching search is being reported by LSU Wire that LSU Wire. That's a website you can go into and look at it yourself. But it's being reported that most likely Dave Aranda could be the coach for LSU, the new head coach for LSU. Now that's just being reported. It's not factual or not guaranteed or nothing like that. Just something I ran across on the internet while I was just looking up information, trying to get some new leads on what's going on. But last night, LSU won 27-14. I think the score was to University of Louisiana Monroe, which is usually would be a blowout. It was a 13-point win. I looked at the line before the game started, and it was like minus 29 LSU. So I looked at that and I looked at the schedule, and LSU hadn't beat anybody by 30 all year long. So I definitely took the UL Monroe plus 30 in that cover for sure. But Dave Aranda, back to Dave Aranda, he's a defensive guy. He was our defensive coordinator at LSU for about, I want to say 4 to 5 seasons he was there. I think he came from Wisconsin. But his defensive expertise is amazing. This guy's one of the best defensive coordinators in the country, and he's definitely getting paid like it. His leadership, just the ability to get people to follow him, um, it shows. It shows. You see it at Baylor. He came straight in and started winning right off the rip. Matt Rule, the former head coach of the Baylor football team, he went over and went to the Carolina Panthers, which whereas he's head coach at right now. So I'm looking at the way Dave Aranda came in, set his mark, let everybody know what's gonna happen, who gonna do what, and I'm looking at how the team is succeeding right now, and that just let me know, man, people really got behind this guy, people really believed in this guy, and they did what they had to do, and they went out there and win some football games. I remember it was probably like 2016, 2015, 2016. LSU went out there, defensive side of the ball, and didn't allow more than 20 touchdowns for a full season. And that's crazy to say for a team to not allow 20 touchdowns for a full schedule of games. That's tough. That's great defensive minded. That's great defensive coaching right there. But as far as LSU go, the record right now is sitting at 5-6. I think it is 5-6. Last week the game was against Arkansas, and LSU brought in a backup quarterback for whatever reason. I do not know. This might be the first year in a while, besides last year, which I don't count last year because it was a COVID year. But still, in all, LSU didn't have a losing season. It was a 5-5 season, a COVID season where you only played all divisional opponents. LSU went 5-5 and still hadn't had a losing season since 1999. So if you're a 20-year-old right now, 20-year-old young man or young woman, you never seen LSU have a losing season. Any teenagers out here that's an LSU fan, you never seen LSU have a losing season. So it seems kind of funny right now to see them out here having the struggles that they have and given the talent that they have every year. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, if it was Coach O's decision not to play Max Johnson last week against Arkansas, that game was close. It could have been easily won by LSU. That would have put us in position to be, right now, we'd be in a bowl game right now. LSU would definitely be in a bowl game right now because it takes 6 wins to get a bowl and at least 500 record not to have a losing season. And right now, LSU is on the verge of not going to a bowl and not having a 500 season because right now their record is at 5-6. Next game, which is the last game, is against Texas A&M, and it's at home. So I seen LSU do some crazy things at home. The last game of the year, like when LSU, the last game when Les Miles' last home game it was a big win, and I think that was against Texas A&M. But definitely gonna need this win to get into bowl eligibility. Definitely gonna need this win to not have another losing season since 1999. But like I said, last week they brought in the backup quarterback, Max Johnson. He was a starter. He only played, well, I think he played like one series, maybe 2 series, if that. But Nussmeier, I think his last name is Nussmeier. His dad is one of the quarterback coaches at Dallas Cowboys. They let him come in. He got some reps in. He got one lucky throw, which I felt like it was a lucky back of the end zone catch. Um, One touchdown that game. I just don't see why LSU played him. I see Max Johnson capable of winning that game. Arkansas is not a good team, and I feel like they just let that one go. I'm not sure why that happened. I'm not sure who called that or why they even let that happen. But right now, LSU is at 5-6, on the verge of not being a 500 team, on the verge of not having a winning season since 1999, and um, not going to a bowl game, and that's crazy to see. So I'll keep you guys updated. Like I said, I keep you guys posted on what's going on with the coaching situation, the coaching change, and we'll see what LSU does at this last game against Texas A&M.